It will be rough justice if tonight Hastings do not manage to defeat Ashford here at the Pilot Field, since just 2 weeks ago they came from behind twice to eventually lead 3-2 before one end of the ground was plunged into darkness owing to floodlight failure with about 6 minutes of the match remaining. However, football can be a cruel game, and Ashford field a stronger lineup than in the last encounter, and Hastings potentially a weaker one, with both Terry White and Stuart Playford out injured. One plus for Hastings, though, is the return after suspension of Keith Miles, who should add some thrust up front. Let's take a detailed look then at the lineups for each of the teams tonight. First of all, Ashford Town, and they've had to borrow some kit, so they're playing in unfamiliar red and white. Had to borrow the kit from Hastings, they left without their own. In goal then it's Maurice Munden, 2 Andy Morris, 3 Adrian Lemoyne, 4 Andy Pearson, 5 Ricky Pearson, 6 Malcolm Smith, 7 Jason Wheeler, 8 Nicky Dent, 9 Dave Arter, 10 Mark Stanton and 11 Jeff Ross. And the subs for Ashford tonight are 12 Paul Carlton and 14 Barry Ager. On to Hastings then. In goal James Creed, 2 Andy Taylor, 3 Steve Powell, 4 Philip Henderson, 5 Richard Callaway, 6 Paul Tuppeny, 7 Lee Millard, 8 Carlton Winter, 9 Steve Lovell, 10 Keith Miles and 11 Paul Smith. The subs for Hastings are 12 Mark Neeler and 14 Stuart Ferguson. Steve Powell's throw to Keith Miles. Powell gets it back and got the ball through to Carlton Winter, marked closely by Malcolm Smith. Andy Pearson's challenge, and it's a goal. Beautifully struck effort, and it's Lee Millard, the scorer for Hastings. Well, Steve Powell had managed to get the ball as far as Carlton Winter, but he was well covered by Malcolm Smith. It went through the legs of Andy Pearson, but Andy Pearson managed to turn and just get a foot to the ball, but it was intercepted by Lee Millard. And this is a very good little strike from Lee Millard. It's gone over the top of the Ashford keeper Maurice Munden and into the top corner. Paul Smith outside, that's who Miles was looking for, but Adrian Lemoyne made the interception. Ricky Pearson flicked nicely by Jason Wheeler, but Andy Taylor is there for Hastings, trying to get Paul Smith away. Across comes Ricky Pearson though, and receives the return to make the clearance. Header from Phil Henderson. Malcolm Smith replies. Henderson up again. And this time Paul Smith running forward, Adrian Lemoyne there with him, and Smith's got past Lemoyne. The ball into the middle, and it's a goal from Steve Lovell. Number 2 for Hastings. Another goal for the number 9, Steve Lovell. Well, Paul Smith had made the decisive run down the right-hand side. Adrian Lemoyne was back there. Did manage to make contact, but it wasn't authoritative enough to take it away from Paul Smith, who runs on and with the right foot plays it low across the goal mouth. And it's the simplest of tasks for Steve Lovell to resist the challenge from Andy Pearson and give Maurice Munden no opportunity of making a save. Well, this time we've managed to get the caption right for you. It's Lee Millard, who scored the opening goal, and we've got his name under the correct team this time, and Steve Lovell there adding a second for Hastings. So they're beginning to stamp their authority on this one. Barry Ager, Andy Morris trying to set Mark Stanton in motion. Now Mark Stanton's through here. Opportunity this time surely for Ashford. Nicky Dent, but a terrific save from Hastings keeper James Creed. Nicky Dent must have thought that one was going in, but he was denied by a brilliant save from James Creed. And it looks as though Richard Callaway is in trouble again with that nose. Blood once again coming from it. And there are doubts surely as to whether he can continue. chance to have another look at that marvellous save from James Creed. Mark Stanton on the run, and must have wondered whether he should have a go himself here, but may have recollections of that last one that he tried, which sailed over the bar, and this time elects to give it to Nicky Dent. It went just a little bit behind Nicky Dent, did well to pull it forward, but James Creed just stuck out the right arm and deflected it away from the net. And there is the whistle. So Hastings well in command here at the Pilot Field tonight. They lead by 2-0. Goals initially from Lee Millard, who's deputising tonight for the injured Terry White, and who else but Steve Lovell to add the second of the Hastings goals. And really, Ashford do not look like being able to compete tonight here at all at the Pilot Field. They've been called offside on far too many occasions, and really need some invention up front to try and find a way through that Hastings defence. They've had very few opportunities on goal, and what they have had have not really been made the best of. So Hastings then 2-0 up at the half-time stage. It'll be Ashford to start the second half off then. Nicky Dent and Barry Ager together in the centre. Here's Dent, the usual manoeuvre with the long ball for Mark Stanton to chase, but Steve Pell has got certainly speed on his side. And Paul Smith was fouled by Ricky Pearson in the penalty box, and the referee, no hesitation, has awarded a penalty to Hastings. Well, Hastings go further in front then. Hastings 3, Ashford 0, 2 from Steve Lovell, and the opening goal from Lee Millard. Paul Tuppeny on that far side with this Hastings corner. And London gets the fist to it. And that's a goal kick. Header from Mark Neeler, straight to Steve Brignall. Mark Stanton on a run forward this time. Chance here now to get the cross in, which he does. And it's Nicky Dent who fell awkwardly there. Andy Pearson. Oh, and Keith Miles almost got in there. And some cool work from Andy Pearson to bring it out. Malcolm Smith laying it off for Andy Morris. Gets the return, Malcolm Smith. Mark Stanton. And James Creed came out. And Barry Ager's back there as well. Here's Andy Morris. Way through to Mark Stanton again. And well, I don't know what the decision is there. The whistle sounded. Is it a corner? It looks as though it is. Well, we're into time added on. We've played almost 3 minutes of that. As the corner comes in from Wheeler, it's Nicky Dent. Malcolm Smith, and the final whistle goes to end the agony for Ashford. They really didn't get it together at all tonight here at the Pilot Field, and Hastings went through and thoroughly deserved their 3-0 win. There is the caption giving you the confirmation. The opening goal for them came in the first half from Lee Millard, and then Steve Lovell added a second. It was 2-0 at half-time, and then that rather rash challenge from Ricky Pearson presented the penalty to Hastings, which Steve Lovell scored from the spot, going in off the upright. And in the end, Hastings marched through convincingly to the next round after the void first match that we had here at the Pilot Field a couple of weeks ago. I think the victors tonight play Margate, so it'll be another relatively local derby. In the meantime, it's a very good night to you from the Pilot Field.